Good Thursday morning to you. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich. This is your outlook for September 25th, 2014. And we're starting off with the GFS and a look at the system that's coming up the coast here. It's going to give us some rainfall, we think, over much of at least the central and southern portions of our coverage area here. There's going to be some debate, or there has been some debate all week about how far north this system would get here. And there's going to be a cutoff here we get on the northern side of this and also the western side of it. Pretty much sold on the fact that over the central, even over the central, south central PA, we're going to get into some pretty good rainfall. But the question marks have been always up across northeastern PA, and how much of that gets up in that area here. I do think you're going to see some showers. You're going to see some rain here, but I don't think you're going to get into some appreciable amounts further north. I think a concentration of your heavier rain is probably going to be in a line from right here and point south. So anywhere south of that line, so it's going to include most of New Jersey. Most of Delaware here is okay, and New Jersey we already said. Also, but East Central PA and Southeastern PA I think are your jackpot zones, and the point southeast. Those are what we're going to get amounts that are going to be exceeding an inch, we think, in many locations, an inch, inch and a half, and you might have some localized amounts up to 2.5 inches. Where the heavier rain does occur, and that really can occur anywhere in any of those regions. But of course, the highest probability of that occurring would be close to the shore point. So we're going to move a little bit forward here. This is looking at Thursday morning, the GFS. Here's Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. System's starting to pull away at this point. This is going to dry out pretty nicely and pretty quickly, and we'll have decreasing clouds overnight. As we get into your early Friday morning, you might have a few leftover clouds to start, but then we're going to get into mostly sunny skies and very much improving conditions as we get into your day on Friday, with temperatures really warming up very quickly. Also, we're talking about temperatures that are going to be stuck in the 60s, low to mid 60s in many cases across our coverage area, and then you're going to turn around and have temperatures in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees already on Friday. So it's quite a turnaround. We're expecting that same warm air is going to carry through the weekend. But let's get over to the NAM Future Simulator Radar. This is the NAM 12 kilometer now. I didn't use the 4 kilometer on purpose because I think it's a little, it's still having problems. And one of the things the models are having problems with right now is with this area convection offshore. If you look at the current radar, it has that right here, and you have this energy kind of moving to the northeast, and you have this other energy right here that's out in front of it. Is really associated with the upper level low that's kind of moving in a north or northwest track here. This is going with the upper level low energy, and this is with the main system itself. And there's probably a problem with the way the algorithms are structured in the supercomputers that generate this model guidance, where it's trying to focus on one or the other, or maybe both at the same time. It really is having a hard time doing that. So that's why you're seeing these different solutions. I mean, I've seen a Canadian model tonight. At least the latest 18Z run that I saw tonight had everything completely going offshore, and everybody getting gypped completely. Now, obviously, that's not going to happen, but there's some differences in opinion. The European model today focused all over heavy rain over New Jersey and eastern Delaware, and really had nothing in PA. GFS is kind of spreading love for everybody. So is the NAM, but NAM high res is a little bit different from the NAM regular, so it's a little bit of a struggle. So we're going to show you the NAM regular here, and this is going to go from into Thursday morning here with this rain overspreading the area here and moving into PA here. But even you notice, it's really the sharp cutoff to the north here, where you get really nothing going on up here, up in the Scranton area. So I wouldn't be surprised if you wake up in the morning in Scranton and there's really nothing going on up there. I mean, it's going to depend on how it's going to be really close. I would not be surprised, though, if these northern counties up here, we're talking about Bradford, Susquehanna, Wayne, Pike counties, they might have, you're really on the borderline up there of I don't want to say not seeing any rain at all, but I really don't think you're going to get any heavy rain. And you're probably north of that line there, you're talking about just some light showers here and there. But further south here, from the southern Poconos, actually probably just south of the southern Poconos, and you're talking about Lehigh Valley, down to the Delaware Valley here, over to central southern New Jersey and Delaware, you're going to get a pretty good smack here of rain. And storm total rainfall in these areas will easily be over an inch. Some isolated cases up to 2.5 inches, but that will be a very isolated case, I think, where we're dealing with that. But this system will move out and start ending as from and falling apart here as dry air starts working itself back in, and we're talking about very late afternoon through the early evening hours. We're going to start tapering off and winding down here. Here's the total rainfall precipitation estimates from the GFS. This is pretty close to what we have for our map here. We did the same thing here where we kept everything north of this line, kind of like the no-go zone where you're really not getting a whole lot of precipitation. This whole area here in the middle here we have in the inch and a half area, and if I'm going to draw the area here for you, this is for our inch to 2.5 inches from here and point southeast towards the coast. So I think your best chance, obviously, of getting the heavy precipitation is going to be right down here, anywhere close to the coastal areas here, anywhere that area closer to the coast in New Jersey and Delaware across our coverage area here. So let's go over to let's take a look at the rest of the week here. Here's the system moving away, and of course, like I said before, it's going to warm up on Friday, and it's going to be the same thing for Saturday and Sunday. This high pressure sitting right over top of us. So going to provide a very nice weekend with very beautiful conditions, very warm conditions, unseasonably warm conditions, with temperatures getting up above 80 degrees in many locations. The exception of that would be the northern areas, many locations across northeastern PA. I don't think you're going to see 80 there, but from across the lower Susquehanna Valley over to the Lehigh Valley and over to probably Sussex, New Jersey, and point southeast from that line. You're looking at 80 or above, and I'll just draw it for you here. Something like this right here. Air and point southeast are in the 80s this weekend. They're going to hit 80 degrees. It's going to be a very nice weekend. And then as we get into early next week, there's some model disagreement with what's going on with an area of low pressure, which is sitting right here, and then when it's going to affect us. The GFS is a little bit faster with this feature here, and brings it in here through our area here already on Tuesday. And we just went with an intermediary forecast of probably mostly cloudy in between that, just because we don't really know what the system's going to do and which one's going to be correct. The European model actually brings us through here on Wednesday or later Wednesday, so it's a good 24 or so hours behind the GFS, which of course is a model bias of the GFS to kind of push things along a little bit faster. So we'll wait and see with this system a little bit next week as we get a little bit closer, but right now it's looking like the Tuesday-Wednesday time frame is the time to watch for next week, but again, it's not really anything big showing right now. But either was this system that we're dealing with today. I mean, until we got within a couple days of it and the models kind of changed and said, oh, wait a minute, this thing's coming further north and we're going to get hit and we have to do something about it. And, here we are as the storm's happening. We still have model disagreement with these models not being able to key on the right features on the map, and you're still having problems with it. So it's just something that we'll keep an eye on. I don't think it's going to be a big deal, but it could be. You never know. So we'll just obviously stay tuned with us, and we'll update with the latest information as we get it. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is our outlook for September 25th, 2014. Have a great Thursday.